Hi everybody, I'm Rozlyn Reynolds, Sedona, Arizona, and I'm here to talk to you today about what I do, but also how that can help you. I have been a professional psychic off and on for about 40 years. Well, I've been a lifelong psychic. I came here that way, but I don't always do it professionally. So one of the things that I think really helps people is I'm able to take objects. I'm talking about jewelry, keys, objects that store energy. This is called psychometry, and my hands are kind of sensitive to energy. And so what happens is there's an electrical and electromagnetic field that remains on objects that are handled or owned. Sometimes people bring me jewelry, sometimes they bring me glasses, sometimes keys. And when I put these in my right hand, there is actually an information stream that I can tap into. It's part of the Akashic record of whoever owned that object or handled that object. Now, carrying that a little step further to provide information, I have this sort of screen that comes up and I see words, phrases, sometimes I see names, dates, times, and all of this information I'm actually pulling off of these objects because they do store information. They're like a little recorder. So if you experience sometimes going into a building, touching an object, and you suddenly have a flash, the thing is, we all have an amazing sixth sense that comes in all the time. It's streaming in, and if we're receiving that, we can use it to help us and as a tool in our lives. We tend to block that out because our logical, analytical mind is tuned in to the here and now. It's handling everything, and our five senses work with that part of the brain spirit, which is strongly connected. All of these things are things that you have too. For some reason, mine just never went away and got stronger as I was older. So in terms of psychometry, I'm not thinking that you will be able to do this immediately, but sometimes that sensitivity of those objects remains so powerful that you can feel it too. And I can help you do that. I can help you learn how to do that. One thing that I have noticed with people, a lot of people talk about, they pick up something that a loved one owned and they're suddenly overwhelmed and they cry or they're feeling tremendous emotion. You're tapping into that psychometric energy field that is attached to that object, but you're not thinking that way. So kind of start to process that. The other thing that works really well, if you want to learn to do this yourself, is to start to notice and pay strong attention to how you feel when you walk into a building or you walk onto a piece of land. I do something using my psychometric ability, which is called land and building analysis, where I can actually walk into a building or walk across a piece of land and tune into events that happened there. I see them in my head, and I kind of have a screen, as I mentioned, that comes up, so I see them with my eyes too on the screen, and I see a replay of events that occurred there, and I'm able to describe that and help people make a determination of, why they're feeling how they're feeling. I've had a lot of people over the years that lived in houses that had tremendous retained spirit energy, or houses that were built on land where events occurred. They experience a lot of emotional and sometimes paranormal events in those kind of houses. And there are some little tricks that you can do and some little subtle things you can do to change that energy and either tune in or tune out on what's going on there. That energy can also be cleared and rebalanced and those events can be somewhat neutralized so that you're not experiencing that. Another aspect of this that I have worked on over the years and helped people with is having people send me a photograph or email me a photograph of a house that they're living in or a piece of property where they're experiencing energy. This is called remote viewing, which is another aspect of psychometric ability. So what occurs then is I look at the picture and I get a sense immediately of what's happening there, what's gone on there, and what I can do to help you. There are a lot of events that have occurred in history that do, this is why people say history repeats itself in a spot. That's actually kind of correct because that energy field is still there. So these are all things that you can learn about and learn to work on if you have an interest in doing them yourself. So if you do, please go on my website, psychic@yourservice.com. I also have all my contact information on there, and I'm in my office in Sedona 5 to 6 days a week. I don't have to be where you are to help you. I just have to be tuned in to your energy. So enjoy your day. If you have any questions, please contact me by email or give me a call. And thanks for joining me today.